Microsoft and Bill Gates were saying, look, we don't think that's going to fly. Nvidia went on and did it anyway. Hey, I'm going to talk about Nvidia, right? I listened to a couple of interviews with Curtis, also did a bit of a case study on Nvidia. They started making computer chips, right? Graphics cards, graphics chips for PCs, man. What a journey for them. When they first started, they got a bit of traction, right? They were doing okay. And then all of a sudden they got hit. It was the difference between a 3 vertical chip or a quad chip, right? The market saying, and Microsoft and Bill Gates were saying, look, we don't think that's going to fly. Nvidia went on and did it anyway. Curtis made the decision that they were going to do it. They got hit with that, but they hung in there, right? They got to the point where they had to get rid of half of their staff, right? They got rid of like 50 people and they were in trouble, like big time, man. They were in serious trouble, right? Now, they hung in there though. They believed in the product, that they are making the best product. Now, Nvidia started, they used to call it NV, right? New version used to be their thing in their development scope of their business, which is cool, right? These guys are innovators, man. They were moving fast. So they went from almost going out of business, Bill Gates telling them to, hey man, I am not interested in your chips, to going public, right? When they went public, so they managed to turn things around, they stuck with their quad chip, and then they floated and went public, and it really started to turn the company around. Here's a very interesting thing though. 2 years after that happened, they signed a contract with Microsoft to provide them with graphics chips for all of their PCs, man. How crazy is that, right? I guess Bill Gates was humble enough to go, hey man, you guys are on point, I was wrong, let's rock and roll, get a contract. They still honor that contract today. But here's what's really interesting. In the last few years, their revenue has not just doubled, but it's quadrupled. Why is that? Here's why. AI. So as we move into an AI-based society, and that type of technology requires more computational power, right? We need faster chips, stronger chips. We need microprocessing at a level we've never seen before. So now these guys have pivoted their business and they've set up an AI division, and they're starting to build chips that support large computational streams and power, right? Like if you look at crypto and blockchain, that now, with the halving event coming just through the pipeline, that now also requires a huge amount of computational power. Your average laptop or even your best performing Mac will struggle with processing and mining cryptocurrencies, right? So everything is about to change in that hardware space, right? So it's the software and the SaaS and the AI that's driving it. Pretty awesome. But I think I'm going to paraphrase the shit out of some of these numbers. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think they went from like $53 billion a year to over $80 billion a year in 3 years. Like that's almost double the revenue. And we're not talking about in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. So these guys have gone from a steady sort of, $3, $4, $5 billion a year to over $80 billion a year. Mate, that's incredible. So kudos to them and the team. I think they're an amazing company. I think they're pioneers, but there's something to learn in that. They were almost broke, right? They were almost out. They fired half of their staff, but they stuck to their guns. They knew the future, right? They could see it and they were committed to it, and they won the game. There's a lesson in that.